What up, YouTube? It's your boy Groovy. It's been a minute since I've been on this channel. I got another channel, you know what I mean? Just for reactions, you know what I mean? But I felt that this one here needed to come on to the main channel because it looks interesting. You know what I mean? 15 zombie-proof houses you'll regret not seeing. So, shoot, we're going to check this out. You feel me? We're going to check this out, man, because I know for a fact that there was a zombie apocalypse coming. I might want to find my way to one of these houses. Like, for real, for real. But let's go ahead and get into it.
There are cool houses, and then there are cool houses. Any mansion capable of transforming into a fortress of solitude with a flip of a switch arguably could fit under that description.
I want that right there. I want that.
Think about this. Concrete arcs made of the world's most durable materials. Even an old missile silo. Here are 15 zombie-proof houses you'll regret not seeing.
I always wondered, it was the most beautiful picture, even a National Geographic had it in it.
Shout out to the Supreme.
The concrete arc. This house isn't just zombie-proof, it's everything-proof. It even has its own drawbridge made of concrete, which is the only way you can get in the house. This aptly named arc of a home was built on a steep Polish hillside. Because of the hills, it was actually built on an angle to keep its balance and keep stuff out.
I like that.
The goal was to be able to fully seal up the house while he wasn't residing there. As you can see, the results speak for themselves. The builder's chief concern was to make the most of the spectacular landscape surrounding him. He wanted a house so secure that only he knew how to enter, and it was impenetrable otherwise. The design was of a single-story dwelling that matched the angle and shape of the land for proper balance and maximum security. From some angles, the house looks stable as a mountain, while others look crooked. Don't worry, they aren't. The land is making it look like that. When it's closed, no one can get inside without the drawbridge remote and key, always on the builder's person. The glass walls behind those 5-inch thick concrete slabs, when slid open, reveal a vista unlike anywhere else in the world. When it's time to close up shop, the windows retract and seal.
The interiors are very simple and minimalist, local wood and stainless steel.
Now, let's get ready for today's open discussion. While there's very little information on this building, it's obvious how secure it would be in the event of a zombie apocalypse. Not only is it made up of thick concrete, but it's also nearly submerged in water. Can zombies breathe underwater? Hopefully, we'll never have to find out. If you look hard enough, you can even view narrow slits used for observation, windows beneath the surface, so you can watch those zombies endlessly claw at your house for the meat inside. What else could this installation be used for? Is it a bunker?
Aquaman
Is it a home? An evil genius lair? Chime in with hashtag open discussion to make sure you're heard.
Commercials.
You want to know a little secret? If you smash the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, you'll have superpowers for the rest of your life. So what are you waiting for? Time to fly. Number 14, the Corby residence. This may look like just another Hollywood Hills home, but upon further investigation, will reveal next-level security. Behind the walls adorned with priceless pieces of art is a network so intelligent it's the only one like it. Running through those walls are thousands of dollars worth of intricate network wires, metal, and smart technology. The home is a modern marvel of engineering and security. From biometric recognition software needed to gain entrance to the home to being earthquake-proof, this house is as sturdy and as secure as they come. Most of the tech...
Hold on. I know for a fact now, excuse me, if there's apocalypse, I'm going to LA. This individual right here, man, you got everything that people need to survive in the apocalypse. Plus the house is lavish too.
Technology in that house has been developed for the military. It appears that the products are becoming readily available for consumers to purchase, if you have the deep pockets to do so, that is.
Camera locks on you, and I have a chat with you right away.
Number 13, the summer house.
Ooh.
This home is extraordinary. With mesmerizing vistas, plenty of space, and security strong enough to deter any army, the summer house in Norway is nothing short of breathtaking.
That's Norway?
The architect's goal was to build a house with nature, not carve out a place for it to nestle. Located on a forested cliff, deep into one of the more spectacular fjords in western Norway, the home is something out of a dream. The project attempts to enhance and develop some essential
that's
qualities
beautiful.
of the site without destroying anything in the process. All the bedrooms are built on the upper level in separate trees and connected by bridges that offer spectacular views in each. If you'd call them that, then the walls are beams with large panes of thick glass installed. When walking through the home, you always feel like you're one with nature. Thin timber columns complete the structure, which is hinged at their contact point with the ground. These poles can then be adjusted according to the specifics of the topography. In its construction, no tree was felled, no rock blasted, no animals harmed. They accomplished their goal and built something genuinely stunning at the same time.
That's what's up.
Number 12. Atlas Missile Silo. Huh? A missile silo for a home? Yeah, you heard that right. This once amazing control center of the Atlas Nuclear Missile Silo has been restructured into a residence for people who value security above all else when looking at a home. As you might imagine, a missile silo would have to be pretty rugged to hold up against the strain of missile launches. Indeed, it can hold off a horde of zombies. Made of concrete and reinforced rebar, the home is nearly indestructible. It'd take a direct attack on specific structural weaknesses to have any chance of breaking through. Initially built in the 1960s, it stands on an 8-acre military base in Lewis, New York, just south of Canada. In case you were wondering, no, they didn't get to keep or find any missiles. If you're buying a missile silo as a home, you should definitely turn it into the paradise of your dreams. Whoever sells this house, if someone approaches you with a big old scar across his face asking to buy the place, please don't sell it to him. Much of the facility's original equipment remains in sharp shape. Their looming presence a reminder of the not-so-distant past where many feared for their lives from silos just like this one. In very cliche fashion, the operation room was equipped with varied continental clocks, control stations with dual turnkey launch sequences, and big red buttons that launched missiles. To keep the feeling of the silo intact, many of the markers, like the radiation symbol that now leads to the kitchen, were refurbished. Number 11. Australian Floating Pole House. A house suspended 40 feet above the ground on the end of a long concrete pole might sound like a disaster waiting to happen. Still, I assure you, this home is just as unique as any other on today's list. You can even rent this place for a family vacation, so long as you can shell out the dough. To all the parents out there, this isn't the home to bring your kids to.
Oh, hell no.
Before renting, you must sign a waiver saying you will not throw any parties, bring no children, and abide by all safety rules while there.
Oh,
if it isn't
no
safe
children?
for children, it probably isn't
Well,
really safe
okay.
for zombies who can be quickly.
Okay. I can understand. I definitely understand why this is not for children. Because no kids, man, no, they're curious. They could jump off that pole and that's it. That's the end. Or excuse me, off the balcony, you know. So yeah, I could definitely see why it's not for kids though, but it's fly. Now, a fun fact is even though I think this house is fly, I'm afraid of heights. You know what I mean? So, I don't know how I would even exist in this house.
Funneled off the house's edge to their doom. The house is surrounded by a 40-foot drop, plenty high to make a zombie go splat.
40 foot.
The modern design home has 3 glass walls that peer out into the endless Australian Ocean. While it says you can't throw parties there, just imagine if you could.
No.
We can dream, can't we? The home is a historic and famous Australian home
Oh,
and is
okay.
classified as the most photographed house in the country.
I believe
it's
it.
one of those places most people would dream of owning. Number 10. KWK Safe House. Man, who wouldn't want any of these stunning homes that are also fortresses?
Right.
It takes years to complete them. The KWK, for instance, took 3 years to build. Its architect claims it can withstand a nuclear blast, earthquake, or zombie.
And we got another commercial, folks.
You're not ready for it.
Nope, I'm not.
The apocalypse, possibly even all three simultaneously. The builder of this home was taking no chances with threats, that's for sure. While it may first appear like a modern glass house you'd find in some fancier neighborhoods, this billion-dollar home is heavy with new technology and construction advances. Flip a switch and a rollout, 7-foot-high electronically locked gate surrounds the premises in a matter of a few moments. Literal iron curtains fold over all entrances and windows.
Word?
It gives off some major Transformer vibes, no? The house
Hell yeah,
transforms
dude.
from a contemporary glass house to an impenetrable concrete block that's difficult to call a house. The home is decked out for the long haul, with stores
that.
beneath the ground, exercise equipment, and an indoor swimming pool, all within the impregnable fortress's perimeter.
Wait. There's a store? Under... A store underneath. Come on, man. And what was it? 13 billion? Or I just know it was a billion. But damn. Okay.
There is one way in and out of the home, and the roof can be scaled from within. The home even went medieval by including a drawbridge that falls from the main home to an adjacent building containing the pool. You
Yeah, I
can
like
walk
that. I
right
like
over the
that.
top of that zombie horde. Number 9. High Desert House. Can anyone say supervillain? This insane house was kept secret for
Ooh,
quite
I
some
want
time
that.
and only
No,
revealed once
that's-
its security was fully
Hold on.
operational.
As of right now, that is number one on my list of houses. Just because I like the design. That design is dope as shit. I'm sorry for cussing. I'm sorry. I will try to remember to edit that out. But that house, man. That house, yeah. It looks like it's made for a super villain. But man, it's dope.
High in the Californian mountains, Beverly Doolittle and her husband Jay spent every waking hour for years constructing and polishing their home. They started the project in 1988 and didn't tell a soul of its existence until 2014.
What?
When they finally broke the news to the world, it had everyone screaming for a tour. Sounds like impressive supervillain skills in keeping the construction site so secret. This concrete, steel, glass, and copper house has been built naturally into the rocky landscape. Finding the right spot to plant their new home alone took more than a year. For the couple, it was the Bond villain house or no house at all. They didn't skimp on the interior either. It's one of the most luxurious homes in the country. From up high, the stone slab
mug
roof
is
naturally
nice.
fades away into the mountainscape. If you didn't know it was there, odds are you'd never see it.
You're right.
Number 8. Potato Island, Connecticut. All of Connecticut's tiny islands are a spectacle. Reserved for some of the wealthiest humans on the planet, you can even build a home on them. A private island might be the safest place you can be during a zombie apocalypse.
I agree.
To make things better, you can purchase these tiny plots of land and do whatever you wish with them. Potato
got a pool
Island,
there?
a 1.1-acre potato-shaped granite island, supports a gorgeous property and striking views of the Thimble Islands. The best part, while it may feel like your own private island getaway, it's only 5 minutes from civilization should the residents decide to return. This tiny slice of heaven can be all yours for an easy $4.9 million. Now, to be fair, being in Connecticut and being on its own island and all that isn't half bad.
No.
You get the whole private island experience and still get to order food from delivery.
What?
Sounds pretty awesome, actually. The home was constructed in 1912 and measures a whopping 3,871 square feet, including 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. As most mansions do within the state, it shines with that East Coast charm. Number 7. Spaceship Volcano House.
Oh, that was
Poised
nice.
atop a 150-foot cinder cone in Newberry Springs sits an otherworldly saucer that somehow seems of this world too. That's to say, its striking contradiction of itself is nothing short of magical. It sits with effortless grace amongst the contours of the landscape. From a distance, it appears to be an eyeball glaring into the infinite space. Yet, while the outside has an extraterrestrial vibe, the inside has a reverse aesthetic, heavily leaning on the mountain's natural beauty and surrounding vistas. A 4-acre lake sits at the base of the cinder cone, and a 5-foot wide moat stretches around the home beneath the awning with majestic symmetry.
That's tight.
Number 6. The Catski Pillar. When it comes to churches, they can be many things. Serene, peaceful, terrifying. Usually, they're near neighborhoods or areas where people will see them. so their flocks can be tended effectively. These familiar church similarities make the Catski Pillar, which seems to defy all notions of what it means to be a church, something of an oddity. Some churches are lavish and adorned with gold, marble, and smooth stone. Others of wood, and still more of nothing at all. Suppose you happen to find yourself traveling the country lanes of Georgia's most remote regions. In that case, you might come across a sign that points to the pillar. Follow that road and eventually you'll run into a natural limestone monolith towering 130 feet into the air. Sitting atop that pillar is one of the world's most isolated churches. For this reason, it's also believed to be one of the most sacred places. Unfortunately, there are no vehicles that could take you up there, save for maybe a helicopter, but that's not an option as of today. For many who have made the challenging trek, experience alone can explain the feeling when you're at the top and end in the church. Number 5. The Drina River House. At the narrows of the Drina.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey.
River, a charming house has rested and rocked on its perch since 1969. For more than 40 years, this growing in popularity, nameless cabin has rocked side to side atop a rock near the center of the river. It's been, as if from magic, spared by the annual rising and falling of waters. The story goes that a group of youths became charmed with this spot after they realized it was an ideal location to tan and swim. The following year, the owner undertook the laborious task of building the house on the rock by hand, which he acknowledged could not have happened without the help of those youths. Since that time, the one-room cabin has served as a holiday getaway. With scenery like that to look at all day, you could definitely escape for a while. Number 4.
Fun fact about that either. I can't swim. So that's definitely not on my list of houses to try to go to if an apocalypse was to happen.
Dar al-Hajar, Yemen. In the 1930s, an Islamic leader named Yahya Muhammad Hamadan began construction of this gorgeous palace. Truly remarkable, it was built atop a pre-existing structure built in the 1700s by an Islamic scholar.
That's nice.
The now skyscraping home was intended to be the leader's summer home. It featured several amenities you'd expect from a hotel, but not someone's house, including meeting rooms, guest suites, and separate spaces for cooling and restaurants. He had his own restaurant. The design's genius is how the supports scale the side of the rock spire, culminating into a tower at its glitzy enough to fill even the grandest of egos. Though he was assassinated in 1948, his palace still stands tall and has become a testament of strength in Yemeni architecture. While it's no longer used as a residence, it has been refitted into a museum. Number 3. The Rice House. This home is widely considered the most secure home in the country. Internationally, it rivals the most fortified. In terms of design, security, and innovation, the Rice House in Atlanta, Georgia is nothing short of a masterpiece. Sitting on around 3 acres, the property includes a guardhouse equipped with a 10-man operation room. That's a lot of paychecks to deal with for home security. Though it may look and operate like a military base, it's far more luxurious. Surrounded by panoramic views like a lake and a gorgeous woodland, the property is a sight to behold. This home might even rival Fort Knox. In addition to the incredible perimeter security, the home itself has a few tricks up its sleeves. It has ballistic windows and walls that are said to be impenetrable. A security camera system covers nearly every square inch of the property 24/7. In its most recent auction, the house sold for a whopping $15 million. With everything you get in the package, not so bad. It's got safe rooms, safe corridors leading to more safe rooms, and electronically operated locks throughout the home. This is a personal fortress. It took nearly 6 years to complete. Number 2. The Ryeong-song Residence. Kim Jong-un isn't known for his discreetness. While the country and people starving and live with what they can, Kim Jong-un lives a lavish lifestyle. Multiple luxurious mansions, excessive parties, an overwhelming collection of priceless art. The Ryeong-song Residence, for the first time in quite some time, has been allowed to be photographed and released onto the internet. The home's location still remains undisclosed, of course, and the pictures were not released in his home country. The pictures, taken at an unknown location near Pyongyang, show his ultra-modern home, fully equipped with dolphin-spitting fountains and blooming gardens. The estate is as gorgeous as it is in bad taste. It stands in stark contrast to the country surrounding it. The palace is constantly patrolled and meticulously set up for self-defense. Number 1. Just Enough Room Island. Who said it's not an island? If it's yours, you can make it how you want. So this person said it's an island. Just Enough Room Island. Though they're still considered islands, they just barely make the cut by definition. The island buying market is apparently pretty strange and full of titles and rules. Some places actually have criteria that must be met for an official island designation. That's where Just Enough Room Island has decided to take a stand. It's an excellent idea, but once again, it relies on vast amounts of time, resources, and money. Just Enough Room Island was purchased in the 1950s by a family set on having a holiday and vacation getaway island. Large islands were too expensive, so a tiny island would do just fine. They built the size of the house they wanted on a speck of an island. After the house was constructed, it stretched the entire land, save for a few feet. It looks like a house sitting atop a floating, sailing away piece of land. If you're using this house for your zombie escape, you'd be pretty safe, saying how it's an island.
Yep.
Just hope the summers aren't particularly scorching and dry up the river enough to allow them across.
Good point.
There are some remarkable homes out there that take security to the max.
Man. Man. Let me tell you. Still, the favorite house of mine is the one that they said looked like a villain house. You know what I mean? But I hope you liked this video. Unless I got a few more coming, throughout the day. The next one we're gonna watch is the Winter Sports, so look out for that one. But until next time, like, share, think about subscribing. It would definitely help me out. I will be starting to do reactions for this channel as well as my other channel. But if you'd be so kind, go to Groovy Reacts and check out those videos, because those videos are actually pretty damn good. But till next time, y'all, it's Groovy. I'm gone. Holla.